Greetings, automotive enthusiasts. Welcome to our road trip. This is like a second part of our New Orleans trip and Barrett-Jackson and the French Quarter and all that fun. So if you haven't seen the first episode, be sure to go back and watch it. We'll put a link in the video in the description here. But so catch you up to speed here. We bought two cars in New Orleans, one from an individual, one of the family members of the Antoine's restaurant, which established in 1840. It's worth coming to New Orleans, just go to Antoine's. Yes, and so we met with him. He picked us up. We bought a 95 Jaguar XJ12 from him, and then went to Barrett-Jackson and bought an 84 Nissan Bushmaster. Really cool, really solid truck. Is that a truck that you would take an 800 plus mile road trip in?
No.
Not unless you're Euro-Asian Bob and Becky. So check this out. Here's what we're driving from New Orleans to Kansas. Well, as Tyler would say, here's our prizes. And check this out. What's the odds of us all getting on the spot together? But last night when we came back from dinner, we all parked in here. And so this is the Viper that we bought for Tyler. So since he's busy working the block, I was bidding on cars for both of us. So bought this cool Viper. Tyler's driving that out. I'm driving the Bushmaster, and Becky, of course, is driving the Jag. All right, pulling out of the Omni Hotel. This epic adventure starts now. Becky's behind me. You can't see her because the Bushmaster sits too high. But I've got AC. I've got 270 AC, 2 windows, and 70 miles an hour. So we're going to roll out. Another little challenge, I guess we might say, is Becky's 12-volt lighter is not working, and neither is mine. So we've got these new iPhone 15 Pro Maxes, and I think this is kind of the first, or yes, the last video was the first video we shot with these, and I'm pretty happy with the camera performance. So let me know what you guys think about the i15 Pro Max. Pretty happy so far. Now it's going to be a battery test. So it's going to be fun. We're not going to stress. We're not going to rush. We're just going to have fun. And hopefully, here, let me knock on this faux wood. Hopefully everything goes well. So let's see if it starts. Well, of course it does. Well, okay. I hope it's just loose and not bad. So, on that note, let's roll. Well, I'm leaving New Orleans. We're cruising down the road 65 miles an hour, and look at the steering wheel right here. Look, no shaking, no pulling. This thing is just driving beautifully. The only quote-unquote issue I've got a brake light on, and I checked all the fluids. The oil was good, coolant, everything was good, and the brake reservoir was a little bit low. And actually, so when I hit the brakes, the little float, the light would actually go out, and then when I get out the brakes, the fluid would move, and then the light would come back on. So when we hit our first little town where we got a O'Reilly's or AutoZone or something, I'll just top off the reservoir a little bit just to not look at the light. But other than that, got a long way to go. I'll just stop right there. But so far, so good. Everything was growing along, cruising good, but then Becky noticed the first glitch for the mission here. Our driver's side fender flare is flapping. So stopping at the O'Reilly's, to get some screws and or duct tape, because I do not want to lose this flare, because I can't imagine where I would ever find another one. So I hope this is it, Becky. Nice catch. We don't want to lose that sucker. All right, well, let's go patch it up and hit the road. Baling wire and duct tape's all we need. All right, we got the brake fluid topped off. It was down here to the seam. And I mean, it's not leaking. I mean, look at all this stuff, brake stuff is new. But the thing is, you know, you want to have that sensor working, because if you do develop a brake fluid loss, and if you drive with your brake fluid light on, you've kind of, boy who's cried wolf, and then you could actually lose your brakes. But so now, if I do lose some brake, my light will be off, and if I do lose brake fluid, I will know it's for real. So everything else is going good. Oil, fuel, everything. Got Becky fueled up over here. And one thing I noticed, my radio was working when I tried to plug my cigarette lighter adapter in. My radio quit, and I looked at the fuse, and the radio and cigarette lighter on the same fuse. So somehow or another I must have shorted it out and popped the fuse, because I pulled the fuse and it's blown. So back to O'Reilly's to get a little assorted pack of fuses, which I probably should have anyway on a trip like this. And maybe I'll get my power back. All right, this is why it was a good idea not to try to do this in one trip, because our first stop has probably been almost an hour. I went back, got some fuses, put a fuse in, and it popped right away. Looked inside of the element, the receptacle, and the little tab had rotated a little bit and was touching the housing, so the positive and negative. I knew it was when I put it in, it popped immediately. I knew it was a direct short. So anyway, so I stuck the key in there and wiggled it around. And it's kind of a sketchy contact, like sometimes you bump it and it goes out, but I do have some power outlet power now. So I had to stop at Sonic, get a drink. And Becky's over there. Becky's over there looking at her fuses now. She desperately wants her power. Look at her. So hopefully we're rolling here shortly. Got it both filled completely full, and my brake light's out. So hopefully we can make some miles now.
Hey, look, I found the
well, Becky has discovered here. Oh, wow, look at that seal. It's going to let water in there.
Yeah.
So cigarette lighters, 20A.
Cabin fuse boxes are located behind the heel board trim of the rear seat. Kind of a cool diagram where all the different fuse boxes are.
All right. Well, basically right behind your heels on the passenger side or driver's side.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna pull that panel off. Becky wants her power.
Well, phone's pretty important.
So, okay. Well, here it is right here. Just pulled that trim out. Just ripped the car apart.
Yeah,
Let's see what we got. There are fuses. Oh, there's a fuse block right there. 20 amp. Okay, well, I see a 20 amp, so let me pull it. This is one of the best uses of phones, is being able to see. F9, 7, 8, 9. There's a 20 right here. See, that's it, right? F9. Tell you what, these old school keys, they're screwdrivers, they're everything. Let's pull this out here. Good thing this key's been our tool all weekend for tag screws and everything. Fuse pullers, it got that fuse out. That was a booger to get out. You got everything on? All right, here comes power. Okay, I would take that as you have power. All right, well, we've solved both of our charging phone issues, and fuses on both. Well, I had to do some mechanical work on mine. All right, we're finally rolling. Now that I got power, I can have my radar detector, and I use that a lot for speed. So right now, it's showing 70, and I'm showing 65. You know, so the tires are a little bigger probably than the original tires, so we're going a little faster. But anyway, so we got 156,396. The odometer's working, but the trip meter is not turning. So let's go ahead and see what kind of fuel mileage this thing gets. Oh, you pulled over because
It had no power.
you lost power.
Trying to accelerate and it just went.
Oh boy.
It died.
We got a long way to go.
Yeah, we ain't even out of Louisiana.
I know. You turned it off and restarted it, and hit the throttle. It's responding now. Okay, man. I hope that was just a glitch.
Like a
Well,
brain fart.
seriously, keep your senses aware, like in your environment, because if you lose power, be sure you look for an exit. No, I mean like
wave my hand.
have an out. Yeah, the Team America secret signal.
Yeah, what's that?
You raise your hands and flop around.
Can do.
All right, well, I'll stay behind you.
Yeah, just be aware that I may be making it abrupt.
All right, be careful.
Okay, bye.
Let's hook the automotive version of Control-Alt-Delete. Basically, turn the car off, turn the car on. Fix holds up. This is not good. Not good. Not good. Becky's pulling in and out of the shoulder. This is not good. Not good. Well, she pulled over and turned it off and turned it on and it's running. I got a feeling it might be a fuel filter. You know, that car hasn't been driven a lot. You start driving it, the gas starts sloshing around in the tank and then loosens up debris and then clogs up the fuel filter. So, I don't know. Kind of see. We backed the speed down a little bit to kind of have a less fuel demand. And we'll see what happens, but we may be looking for a repair shop. There we go, stopping again. So we've been keeping the car around 60 or so, or under. But yeah, that way it has a lower fuel demand, and it'll drive 10, 15 miles, and then it'll load up and start for fuel. Shut it off, let the sediment settle, fire back up and go. We got a fuel filter found in O'Reilly's about 20 miles up ahead, so gonna make it. Well, we're getting some fuel. Becky, how's it going with your drive? A little stressful, or are you dealing with it?
I'm dealing with it. I mean, I'm a little hot because I'm leaving the windows up more so than I would.
Because of the noise.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the thing rides like a dream.
Yeah, but the stalling though, like, I mean, you're just going along and then.
Yeah, I mean, it's not violent or anything. It just
loses power because it loses
and then
fuel.
You pull over and you turn it off and start on, and it goes off like normal.
Goes for like what, 10, 20 miles?
Oh, at least. Sometimes longer.
Not longer.
Yeah.
So we picked up a fuel filter from O'Reilly's, and I guess we'll keep it. And yeah, we got the Nissan, got it fueled up here, and so actually we had an interesting an idea. This just literally, as I was looking for fuel to fill up the two cars, I was zooming in and out on the map, and I saw Texarkana. And I'm like, my sister lives in Texarkana, and I looked.
I think this out very well. Like,
well,
you should have thought.
Well, yeah. I didn't even think it. I didn't realize it was so. It's not like we come from Louisiana every day.
Well, I know, but yeah, it just didn't even occur to us.
I mean, the map says go to Dallas, but
right.
I saw Louisiana, and I called my sister and said, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Nothing, just watching football." And I said, "She's like, where are you at?" I said, "We're coming from Louisiana." And she's like, "Oh, I saw your post, you know." And I said, she said, "Where are you at?" I said, "We're in Shreveport." She's like, "You're only an hour from me." I'm like, "Well, you want some company?" She says, "Heck yeah." So we're headed to my sister Linda's, and it's just a little bit, you know, just maybe about an hour off the path. But hey, you get a chance to visit family, you gotta do it. It's kind of ironic. When I was coming from California, coming from the West, I stopped and had breakfast with Larry, and now we're stopping and having a stay over with my sister Linda. Well, we made it to my sister's. And I hear her coming. Hey, Linda. Hey, Linda. Meet my sister Linda, my young sister Linda. And Linda, meet YouTube. Bob, brother-in-law, brother Bob, right? Yeah. Brother Bob. Well, you guys, look at what crazy adventure we're doing. We're driving this 95 Jaguar that hasn't been driven 100 miles in 10 years, and this 84 Nissan pickup back from Louisiana. And the crazy thing is what we didn't think about, it took us a little longer, because we're not doing 75 miles an hour. We're doing like 65.
How are they?
I know. Oh, man.
The fuel filter gets kind of clogged up and it wants to die.
Yeah. It's been like, she's had to pull over like 6 times and stop and start it again. But we've made it here, so it's like at least we're in some place where like we have some sanctuary, right? Well, hey, ready for some family, some food, and some football. Let's go watch the Chiefs. Go Chiefs! Go Chiefs!
Go Chiefs!
All right, we'll see you guys back in the morning. Well, I had a wonderful evening, and Linda, thank you so much for hosting us and feeding us. We're very, very happy and got a night. That beat the heck out of a hotel room, didn't it, Becky? Yeah. So we're gonna finish this trip, hopefully, but we do actually have a real dilemma here, Becky. The car randomly cuts out, but it has never not started.
Yeah.
So we are in Texarkana, Texas. Do we change the fuel filter and spend time here, or do we gamble and just try to limp it home? You're driving it, you make the call. What do you say?
We're gonna gamble.
We're gambling?
We're gambling.
Big money, no whammies?
I think we're gambling. It keeps restarting, so, and the last leg, it didn't give me any trouble.
Yeah, because we were trying to get to Linda's, and so we were like, bump it up, yeah. You know, and so we got it about 70, and it was fine, huh?
Yeah. So
oh, man. Well, Linda, sis, thank you. Oh, hugs. And, you know, it's funny, my old Japanese truck is just like a Swiss watch. I've probably jinxed us now. All right, well, mount up. Well, we just stopped for some fuel, and I've been getting, you know, about 19 miles to the gallon, so not too bad, at about 70 miles an hour, and just kind of hitting a refuel. Jag hasn't given us any trouble at all, so things, knock on wood, things are going good. My sister sent us off with some leftovers, and here comes Becky right now. So this is a leftover lunch from last night.
Why not?
Holy cow.
Why not?
So yeah, I mean, might as well not waste it, right?
Sounds good to me.
So here we go, getting back on the road after a little bite. Well, Becky, we have made it home. I just pulled the little Bushmaster into the barn here, and it looks kind of at home.
It does.
You've been talking about needing a little farm truck.
Right.
Maybe it's our new farm truck, huh?
Maybe.
This thing was just an absolute trooper all the way from New Orleans. The Jag gave us a little trouble, but the Jag made it. We have made it home from New Orleans with 2 old cars, one Japanese, one British. Gabby. Well, hello, Phoebe. What are you doing, Phoebe? And Gabby. Hello, girl. Hungry hippos. Yes, hungry hippos. Well, we appreciate you guys riding along with us. It's been a fantastic trip, fantastic weekend, and we've made it home. So, Becky, what do we tell them?
Have a great day and happy motoring.
Man, she does it better than I do. Thanks for following along, everybody.